It's out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting to run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They'll go play action for Sanders. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Ooh, almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it, so the potential turnover winds up on the ground. Does, though, bring up 4th down. And we talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with him. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative, and the best way to do that is to start fast, and, well, once again, they're not.
The Browns are lined up to punt. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey. Here we go.
First carry now. This is Bashal Tutin. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Rip, 23. Son, this is a 11. Here we go.
They'll go again here with Tutin. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that. At the 36-yard line.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
13 loop. Hey, danger. Hey, kill. Go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
11. 30 left. Hey, danger.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum. And the Browns take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Lawrence's pass intercepted.
New set of downs from 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Running right with Sampson. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
At the 26-yard line.
Play action, Sanders. Looking right, and he finds it. Escapes a defender. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that. It's why many of the...
And he's in! It's a Cleveland touchdown! The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. This is Trujillo. Try to point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
On play action now, Lawrence. And he put everything he's got behind it. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Browns are going to have it after his second interception of the season. The Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes first and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. This is headed perilously close to their end zone, Brock. That tackle sends him backwards to the 4.
Back at his own.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's second and 14. Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on third down. Third and long for him here. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25. How about that play, Brock? On third and 14, they find a way to convert. Caught quickly on the slant. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On third down, they'll go with Sampson. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. And on fourth down, they're about ready to punt. We'll get it at the 9. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes first and 10. Hand off to Tootin. He'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. But it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Lawrence now off the play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Let's go. Hey, easy. Route. 11 done. It's a hot. 30 left.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends them backwards ahead of 3rd down.
Defense's first sack of the game, Cade. We can now see some of the negatives, the trade-offs of his great running ability. When he tries to create, well, he can find himself going backwards, and in this case, a really big loss.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Well, that delay game certainly doesn't help things. It's 3rd and even longer now.
Hey, Lion. Hey, tomato. Cut. Safe right.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. Jacksonville in punt formation. J.K. Scott will kick it away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Hand off to Simpson. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
60 boxes.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
3rd and short here, Sanders. Complete beyond the marker. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down. It's Sampson running out of the gun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front block. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All in left side. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. The Browns with the lead here from Huntington Bank Field. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Sanders going to look to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And this nearly got there, but he hit the sideline just short. This is going to be 4th and about a yard to go.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Sanders going to throw on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he has it to the 42 before they make their stop. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down. To the air on 1st down. Sanders finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. The QB just nailed it.
The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns blow their lead just before halftime. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns double their lead to 14. Trujillo to kick it away. And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Lawrence again here, 2nd and 10. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening on what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Take right open. Take right. 13, Luke.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense glued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And Sanders out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. First down from the 41. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. And he can't escape. Jaguars all over him. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back to their own side of the field now, Brock. This is 2nd and long. He's going deep this time. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there, All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
He finds Sampson out of the backfield. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that return brings us to the end of our first 2 quarters of play. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. From his own end zone, here we go. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. Running down the left side. Brian Thomas Jr. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready.
Hand off here to Sampson. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
You know, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest game.
Fits it through the middle. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's a Browns first down.
Come on, come on.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw.
That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Lawrence working from the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And now they have a first and goal. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
13, move. Think right open.
From the red zone on first. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars shrinking the lead some in the third. Brian Thomas Jr. the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he'll decide to pass on the return here and take the touchback instead. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Sanders. Caught by the rookie from NC State. It's a race down the right side. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sampson. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
It's Sampson again. And he punches this one in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns make it a 9-point advantage. This is Trujillo. Try to point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on first and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
That's incomplete left side. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So now it's going to be third and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Brian right side. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. First down throw, Lawrence. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Lawrence trying again on second. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts are just so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Hey, here we go, man. Here we go.
Goes to the hurry up here.
And the Jaguars, first down.
Take right open.
First and 10. It's Lawrence. Cut near the goal line. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars shrinking the lead some in the third. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His third through the air this game.
The kicker on.
3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you'd love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes first and 10. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Complete over the middle. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
That throw behind his intended target. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they're going to have to figure out this third down.
19 Lions. Ready.
Third and long. They're going to throw. All the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Browns ball working to carry this lead through to the end. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Dragon 60. Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Sanders going to throw here on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
79 Broncos.
Back to the air here on second. Sanders hits his running back. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs.
Cougar 19.
Looking to throw on third and 1. Completed to his running back. He's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
On first down, here's Sanders. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
First down.
Come on.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So we read will give it to Sampson. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack. Exactly what he just did.
And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 9-point advantage. This is Trujillo to try to point after. Looking toward the upright, but it's good. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game.
Jaguars 21.
Here's Trujillo to kick it away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. It's him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
First down.
Let's go.
A gain of 12. And the Jaguars first down.
Off the play action, it's Lawrence. He's trying to push the field. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars making a 4-point game here in the fourth.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10.
Ready.
Starting on the ground, here is Simpson. And they're going to bring him down just moments before he's able to break it across midfield. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Throwing again here, Sanders. Escapes the pocket. A little better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight and force the throw away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up fourth and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. And let the cover guy.
They did it! He made the interception! Fights his way through a tackle. And the Jaguars have some new life in the fourth.
Interception by the Jaguars. It's a turnover on downs.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
All right, let's go. Hey,
Lawrence throwing here. Short pass brought in. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
Hey, lock. Here we go.
A toss play to Tootin. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
On 3rd down, here's Sutton. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
Easy, route. Hey, Ginger. Easy, read a 44, read a 54. Sink right.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Jaguars down by only 3. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finds his running back. This is Bayshul Tootin. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Browns are in the nickel for this 3rd down call. Tootin gets it from the gun. He has the first down to the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal.
Hey, go.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. It's 2nd and goal.
On red. Hey, 13 move.
He'll look to throw it. And he's got it. It's in close. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. He's going to field this at the 2. Things going well so far. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Cade. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into a good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Max Melton with the INT. And the Jaguars make the play that should win them this game.
This is such a back-and-forth nature of this game that we all love. Defense is just infused with confidence. Back-to-back possessions, taking it away, and offensively, boy, you just feel like you're killing your team right now. Got to protect the football.
Inside give here for Tootin. He'll make his way through for a pickup of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
He rolls to his right. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. reception into points. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe some of his own guys, too. But he had a chance at a touchdown as time expired, Brock, and it was just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it probably will ruffle some of the older school feathers down on the sidelines. But for a lot of the guys coming into this league each year, they're used to it. If there's time left, if you're trying to score, you're going to want to eat, no matter what the game situation is, and they used every last second available.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.